All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're basically becoming detectives. We're investigating one of the biggest questions in any project. Did all that work actually work? To do that, we're going to need a special toolkit, and it's called monitoring and evaluation. So, where do we even begin? Well, like any good investigation, it all starts with one huge question. And trust me, in the world of project management, this is the one that really matters. I mean, really think about this for a second. You pour months, maybe even years of your life into something. All that hard work, all that planning, but when it's all said and done, how do you know? Did you actually make a difference? That's the big mystery we're going to crack today. And this quote really hits the nail on the head. Think about it. Every project is basically a social experiment. It's not just about getting a task done. It's a chance to learn something brand new about what works and what totally doesn't. But here's the catch. If we don't bother to check the results, all that potential learning, poof, it's gone forever. So the stakes are actually pretty high. Okay, so if we're going to be detectives, we need a toolkit, right? And for this kind of investigation, there are two essential tools. Now, people mix these up all the time, but they are very, very different. I'm talking about monitoring and evaluation. Let's start with monitoring. The best way to think about this is like glancing at the dashboard of your car while you're driving. It's giving you that crucial real-time info. Are you on schedule? Are you staying within budget? It's all about tracking what's happening right now. Then you've got evaluation. So if monitoring is checking the dashboard while you're moving, evaluation is like pulling over to look at the big map. It's a much deeper, more systematic look. You're not just asking, are we going fast enough? You're asking, wait a minute, are we even on the right road? And this is where it really clicks. Monitoring is that constant check-in. It's asking, are we doing things right? Are we efficient? But evaluation, that's periodic. It steps back and asks a fundamentally different question. Are we doing the right things? It's a huge distinction. And of course they work together. All that real-time data from monitoring is the fuel for a good evaluation. All right, now that we've got the basics down, let's get a little more advanced. We're going to look at 3 specific types of evaluation you can pull out of your toolkit. First up is ongoing evaluation. Think of this like a checkup in the middle of a project, usually when things are starting to look a little shaky. This is when you might bring in an outside expert to take a look, assess the risks, and help you course correct before it's too late. It's all about getting things back on track. Next, there's self-evaluation, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's when the project team basically holds up a mirror to itself. This is super useful, especially for smaller projects. The goal here is an honest internal review. It's not about what anyone else thinks. It's about asking yourselves, how can we be more effective? And number 3 is ex post evaluation. Ex post is just a fancy way of saying after the fact. So this is the final report card. The project is done, the dust has settled, and now you look back at the whole thing to figure out what really happened. And most importantly, learn from it so you don't make the same mistakes next time. So we've got our tools, we've got our techniques, but there's still a huge piece of the puzzle missing. Who actually gets to be the judge? Because if it's just a top-down thing, you can miss a whole lot. And that's where this next idea becomes a total game changer. It's called participatory M&E. The idea is simple, but it's also kind of revolutionary. You involve the local people, the ones who are actually impacted by the project in the evaluation process itself. Why? Because they have insights you literally cannot get anywhere else. It's not just about being inclusive, it's about being smarter. And this is a complete shift in mindset. Your role changes from being this outside evaluator who comes in to pass judgment to being a facilitator who helps the community have a conversation. The whole style changes too. It's not about being judgmental anymore, it's about learning together. The process goes from being restrictive to being genuinely empowering for the people involved. Okay, let's tie all of this together. We've gathered all the clues, and as we wrap up our investigation, it's pretty clear that M&E isn't just about filling out forms or checking boxes. It's about something way more important. So, what are the big takeaways? First, M&E is how we finally answer that nagging question, did it actually work? Second, remember the difference. Monitoring tracks your progress, but evaluation assesses the real value. Third, you can do it at different times, during a project, by the team itself, or after it's all over. And maybe the most crucial point, involving the actual community leads to insights you just can't get otherwise. Which all points to the ultimate goal. This isn't about passing judgment. It's about learning. Because at the end of the day, if you see every single project as a chance to learn, you create this amazing cycle of constant improvement. It's not about getting a final grade on a report card. It's about getting smarter so you can ask better questions the next time around. So here's something to think about. What's the big question your next project is going to ask?